206 ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग यूजिंग जावा का ब्लॉक 1 में जो भी था यूनिट 1 2 3 4 कंप्लीट हो गया। यूनिट 5 करेंगे जो कि होगा ब्लॉक 2 का पहला यूनिट इनहेरिटेंस से रिलेटेड टॉपिक। ओके, जावा में। सो इनहेरिटेंस का मतलब क्या बोल रहा है इन this unit teach the concepts of inheritance, which is an important part of the object oriented programming. Okay, inheritance allow one class to use properties and feature of another class. It allows one class to use properties and feature of another class, which helps in reusing code. It takes advantages of a similarities between classes, so we don't need to write the same code again and again. Because of this, inheritance helps in code reduction and data generalization. ठीक है, इतना समझ में आ गया? Okay, historically inheritance was first introduced in 1969 in the Simula programming language, and today it is widely used in many object-oriented programming languages like Java, C++, C#, and Python. So basic inheritance का देख लेते हैं. The main idea of inheritance in Java is to create new class from the existing class. When a new class inherits an old existing class, when a new class, ठीक है, new class inherits an old class, it can reuse the fields and method of the parent class. Okay, when a new class inherits old class, so the new class will have the properties and the some fields and methods from the old class. वही चीज यहाँ पे बोल रहा है. The new class can also add it has the feature of its old class, but it can add its own another feature. बोल रहा न्यू क्लास उसका another feature add कर सकता है. Inheritance represents an IS-A relationship, also called a parent-child relationship. हाँ, समझ में आ गया. Parent से child को inherits होता है, and child will have the same similarity which the parent has, and then parents can children have their own features. Okay, ये चीज है. This is the syntax: class, child class and the parent class, fields and the methods. Extends keyword जो है यहाँ बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है. Extend keyword is used for inheritance. The inherited classes is called a child class, means subclass. Okay, and the class from which feature are inherited is called a parent. The class from the feature are inherited, जो class से जो feature inherited होता है वो होता है parent class. सुपर क्लास, सुपर सबसे ऊपर रहता है मतलब पेरेंट, सब क्लास उसके नीचे. ठीक है, डन. नाउ द रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल टू मेमोराइज दिस इज लाइक अ चाइल्ड इनहेरिट्स फीचर फ्रॉम इट्स parents. In programming, a child class can use the code of its parents class with rewriting it. Okay, so इसका क्या है प्रॉफिट की कोड रीयूजेबिलिटी में हेल्प करता है, सेविंग टाइम एंड एफर्ट ऑल्सो. ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या है? To create new classes from existing ones, to reuse attributes and method of old class, to avoid rewriting the same code again. It also helps in runtime. Polymorphism will run it into the next chapter. For class hierarchy, a child class can have a parent class. A parent class can have a many child class. This is a sibling class. Inherits can be multi-level, creating a class hierarchy. So this is some example for this. Class A, which is the parent, and these B, C, D are as child, means this is the super class and these are the subclass. Okay, now E is inherited from this D. For E, D is its super class and E is a subclass. Okay, here E is also indirectly a child of A. Yes, ये जो E है इस indirectly A का ही child है. ठीक है. Okay, moving to the next code example to review this. This is the example. Phone is the child and the mobile phone and landline sound system. Advantages of inheritance देख लेते हैं. The biggest advantages of inheritance is that the child class does not need to rewrite the code. Yes, because it is inherited from its parent. So the child class does not need to write its own code that already exists in the parent class. The child class can directly use it. Okay, because of this reusability, it saves time and effort. ड्यूरिंग डेवलपमेंट में एफर्ट भी कम लगता है, टाइम सेव होता है, क्योंकि कोड तो पहले से उसको उसके सुपर क्लास से मिले रहते हैं, दैट मीन्स के पेरेंट्स से इनहेरिटेड होता है. Inheritance also allow the parent class to keep some data private. Okay, the main thing here is inheritance also allow the parent class to keep some data private which the child class cannot access. Yes, obviously parent hai to they have this that much of power, they hide something which is those things which is not need to know the children as well. तो यहाँ पे बोल रहा है inheritance also allows the parent class to keep some data private, okay, which the child class cannot access. This helps in data security and protection. Mostly this helps in data security and protection. Inheritance is based of parent-child relationship which make it easier to organize and design a system. Correct है. Now what is it telling ki common feature go into the parent class, special and unique feature go into the child class. Correct. Now member access and inheritance, member access, this is important, okay. ये आया हुआ repeated question. member access and inheritance के बारे में क्या बोल रहा है. In Java, access modifier decide who can access the class member, like variables and methods. There are 4 types, like public, private, default and protected. Means public बाद जो word है, this public word reminds you कि accessible from anywhere, publicly provided है, anyone can access this, means accessible from anywhere. Private, accessible only inside the same class where you want to access the child, there it will use the keyword private. These are called a member accesses. Now default, no keyword, okay. Default मतलब if there will be no keyword, so this accessible within the same package. So package के अंदर ही it will be accessible inside the package. Protected, accessible within the same package, and outside package only through inheritance. ठीक है. Private only inside the same class, public visible everywhere, protected visible in child, default same package only, protected visible child class. Correct. Now connection with inheritance. When a child class inherits the parent's class, okay, child class means subclass and the parent is super class. When a child class inherits a parent class, the child gets all member of the parent. Okay, so the child will get all member of the parents, correct है, but the child cannot access the private. अगर if something is private inside the parent, no, then the child will not able to access it. ये इसमें भी है, but the child cannot access private members of the parent. It will access everything, but some private stuff he will not going to access. So private member are inherited but not accessible directly. Next code example is the code example. I am moving because I am not reading the code here. So here is something memory trick to remember forever, like private your personal locker, who can enter, only you, and default your house gate means only people in your house, means the same package, okay, this is the default one. The protected family room, family plus children from other house, inheritance, okay, protected family room. Public means the public garden, anyone can access it. This analogy helps you remember easily. Private equal to personal, protected for family. This if you want to, okay, leaving it. ठीक है. Now type of inheritance, constructor in inheritance, method overriding, super keyword. This type of access specifier जो कि हमने पढ़ लिया, private, default, protected and public. Now okay, these there is one more example to remember it, like private your phone password only you know, default means the family Wi-Fi, protected means family Wi-Fi plus your cousin visit only, allow if you're related, if you want to like allow someone. Then public is kind of free Wi-Fi if you're going any places and you'll the Wi-Fi is on, then you can connect it because it is freely available in the public places. Okay, summary, I think इतना पढ़ने के बाद I don't need a summary. Okay, moving another one. Okay, types of inheritance Java. So the Java supports different type of inheritance. Inheritance allow a class to acquire the properties and behavior of another class using the extend keyword. This is very important to remember. If you are learning inheritance, with this word it can inherits means क्या बोल रहा है? Java supports different type of inheritance. Inheritance allow a class to acquire the properties. Inheritance allowed class to acquire the properties means variables and behaviors like methods of another class using the extend keyword only. Single inheritance, only subclass मतलब the child, okay, inherits from one superclass. Single inheritance मतलब only the subclass, the child class inherits from the parent class. Multi-level inheritance, A chain to inheritance, A to B, B to C, something kind of that. Multi-level inheritance matlab not a single level. Single level means there is a parent and the child bottom, okay, in the bottom there is child, but one is A and उसके नीचे B है and उसके नीचे C है, ठीक है, तो वो हो जाएगा मल्टी लेवल. Hierarchical मतलब one super class, many subclass. Yes, correct. One super class, there's a one child parent, and parent can have 3 child, 4 child, 5 child, okay. और multi level inheritance क्या बोल सकते हैं, क्या बोल सकते हैं इसको, a family tree kind of thing, जिसमें you have a grandparent, parent and then child, something kind of that. This is multi level, ठीक है. Single inheritance means you are in a bottom and above you there's your parent only. This is a single inheritance. Multi-level matlab one child, one parent, his child, and again his third child and his child is kind of that. Okay, chalo. Multi-level inheritance, some inheritance inherits from more than one class, not supported in Java. This is not supported in Java, correct. Okay, fine. Now again there is some note. Java supports single, multi-level and hierarchical inheritance, correct है. Java does not support multiple inheritance using class to avoid what is this, I don't know. Java solved this issue using interface. Here we will learn in the next unit. Fine. Inside class क्या बोल रहा है, access modify visibility table inside class private. Yes. Okay, छोड़ो हटाओ इसको. Single, one child and the okay. Single means one parent and the parent had only parent will have only one child. Multi-level, grandparent, parent and the child. The same thing which I explained. Hierarchical मतलब one parent and many children. Multiple not supported in Java interface. Okay, this is not supported. Now use of super keyword. So what the super keyword's role in Java? Java provides a special keyword called super, right? Java provides a special keyword called super, fine, which is used to refer to the immediate parent class. Okay, super सबसे ऊपर, think something similar joke which make you remember. Okay, so Java provides special key super means which is used to refer the immediate parent class when we use super class. When we use super inside the subclass means child. When we use super inside the subclass, it ignore the current class and look to the method or variable in the superclass. क्या बोल रहा है, when we use super inside the subclass, अगर subclass मतलब child के अंदर super अगर यूज़ किए तो ये इग्नोर कर देता है current child और look for the method और variable जो parent में है उसमें. ओके, सुपर क्लास सुपर अगर इसमें यूज़ कर दें तो उसको भूल के ऊपर देखता है, ठीक है. द सुपर कीवर्ड हैज़ टू मेन रीजन टू कॉल द सुपर क्लास कंस्ट्रक्टर, to call the superclass constructor to access the member of superclass that is hidden by the subclass. Calling the superclass constructor, a subclass can call a constructor of these parents using this super and I'm gonna list something kind of word. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. we'll look into the code later future. Okay, so again यहाँ पे key point to remember, super must be the first statement inside the subclass constructor. Make sure super will be used in the like subclass means the child. Okay, it is used when you want the parent class constructor to run before the class. Okay, super helps in reusing parent class initialization. code. Super used to help reusing parent initialize. Okay. Accessing member of superclass using super. The super keyword can also be used in access a variable of a method of the superclass. ठीक है, सब के साथ super का मिला है, इसलिए superclass का use होता है to like forget or using the like parent one. When a subclass has a method or variable with the same name as the parent class, the subclass method hide the parent one. In such case we use, again इसको पढ़ो. The super keyword can also be used in access a variable or method of the superclass. सुपर कीवर्ड का यूज से हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, सुपर कीवर्ड कैन ऑल्सो बी यूज टू एक्सेस. इसका यूज ये एक्सेस करने के लिए भी किया जाता है, जैसे कि वेरिएबल और मेथड. पेरेंट का वेरिएबल और मेथड को यूज करने के लिए सुपर क्लास का यूज किया जाता है. जब when a child has a method or variable with the same name as the parent class, the subclass child hides the parent class. In such cases we use super.member. Okay, super dot sound is used to call the parent class method inside the child class. This is useful when the child class override the method and still need to original parent functionality. Multi-level class hierarchy के बारे क्या बोल रहा है, definition. A class hierarchy, multi-level class hierarchy, a class hierarchy with more than one level of inheritance. one or more than of multi-level मतलब एक का नीचे एक है, उसके नीचे एक है, उसके नीचे एक है. ठीक है, ठीक है. each subclass inherits properties and method of its parent class. हाँ, स्टूडेंट से मार्क्स, मार्क्स से परसेंटेज. तो परसेंटेज किसका, मार्क्स जिसका उस स्टूडेंट का ही परसेंटेज का बात कर रहा है. क्लासेस, स्टूडेंट पेरेंट क्लास, प्रॉपर्टी रोल नंबर नेम, कंस्ट्रक्टर इनिशियलाइज रोल नंबर एंड नेम. एक सेकेंड. सुपर पेरेंट क्लास, मार्क्स, सब क्लास, स्टूडेंट, प्रॉपर्टीज, constructor initialize student, percentage subclass of marks, properties, percentage. in this is multi-level class hierarchy का ये एग्जांपल है. आगे बढ़ रहे हैं अभी हम. मल्टी-लेवल क्लास hierarchy, स्टूडेंट सुपर क्लास. हाँ, स्टूडेंट जो है सबसे पहले वो है सुपर क्लास विच हैज अ प्रॉपर्टीज रोल नंबर एंड नेम, कंस्ट्रक्टर सेट्स रोल नंबर एंड नेम, शो प्रिंट शो द इन्फो. ओके, मार्क्स लाइक इन है, मार्क्स हो गया, सब क्लास हो गया ऑफ स्टूडेंट, स्टूडेंट का सब क्लास हो गया, ये स्टूडेंट है ना, सुपर क्लास है. उसके बाद ये वाला सब क्लास हो गया मार्क्स. मार्क्स के पास तो सब रहेगा, इनहेरिटेंस होकर आएगा रोल नंबर और नेम, खुद का अपना ये सारा प्रॉपर्टीज है. ठीक है, कंस्ट्रक्टर सुपर कॉल कंसिडर सुपर यूजिंग सुपर सेट मार्क्स. दिस विल हेल्प. परसेंटेज सब क्लास ऑफ मार्क्स. ठीक है, अब ये सब क्लास हो जाएगा, परसेंटेज का सुपर क्लास होगा ये मार्क्स. ठीक है, मार्क्स में क्या क्या ये प्रॉपर्टीज आ जाएगा, तो इसके पास इनहेरिट्स ऑल द प्रॉपर्टीज एंड मेथड फ्रॉम द मार्क्स, प्रॉपर्टीज, परसेंटेज, ऐसे हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट है ऑर्डर ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्टर एग्जीक्यूशन डेफिनेशन. कंस्ट्रक्टर आर कॉल्ड व्हेन ऑब्जेक्ट इज क्रिएटेड. ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट होने से कंस्ट्रक्टर होता है. इन अ क्लास हायरार्की कंस्ट्रक्टर एग्जीक्यूट फ्रॉम सुपर क्लासेस सब क्लास. ठीक है, ये आ जा रहा है. उसके बाद क्या बोल रहा है, एक्सप्लेनेशन. सो ग्रैंड पेरेंट कंस्ट्रक्टर रन फर्स्ट, देन पेरेंट एंड देन फाइनली चाइल्ड. रीजन, अ सुपर क्लास डज नॉट नो अबाउट द सब क्लास. Superclass does not know about the subclass, so it must finish the initialization before the superclass. Constructor execution always follows the hierarchy order, superclass and subclass. Use of final keyword in Java. So now definition of final keyword in Java is restrict modification. Final keyword यहाँ पे restrict करता है modification को. For variables, a final variables can be changed, cannot be changed once assigned. Just like जैसे हम लोग Java दूसरे लैंग्वेज में जैसे const पढ़े हैं. ठीक है, एक बार असाइन करने के बाद we can't modify it later. Can be assigned during declaration final keyword inside a constructor करके. Final variables act as a constant, can also be used for method, cannot be overridden class and inheritance. Once a final variable is assigned a value, it cannot be changed anywhere in the program. That is it for inheritance. बहुत सिंपल, बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक है जावा का inheritance. ठीक है, फाइन. और ये मेरा फर्स्ट टाइम था and I like really understand it very well. ओके, इसके बाद दूसरा ब्लॉक 2 का यूनिट सेकंड करेंगे. ये तो यूनिट 1 था ब्लॉक 2 का. नेक्स्ट आई विल लर्न यूनिट 2.